Welcome to Commander Tune-Ups. Today, we're doing a tune-up for Xenagos. What is his name? God of Revels, right? That's his name.
In this video, we're going to teach you the art of the one-shot.
I'm your host, Joe Cherries.
You already know my name. I'm BZ. That makes us the Nitpicking Nerds. And before you begin, if you're not subscribed, you better get subscribed because we're doing every single commander that has ever existed and is legal in the format, ranked in a list that is being posted currently.
Yeah, and besides, you want to be subscribed to this channel because you will double your chances of growing twice the size.
Disclaimer, subscribing to the Nitpicking Nerds will not allow you to double in size.
Okay, so let's get into the deck. We got a $200 Euro budget.
Euro?
200 Euro budget.
What is that in US dollars?
That's 222 US dollar budget.
Weird. We've never had a Euro budget before, so.
And we'll never have one again. This was horrible. I hated doing one conversion and then never having to worry about it. All right. We got to read Xenagos.
Well, hold on. Well, this deck was submitted by our patron.
Oh, yeah.
Houdini. Yeah, Houdini.
So we're upgrading it. It's like an extra combat, trigger Xenagos a bunch of times, smash somebody with a huge fatty deck.
That sounds like fun to me. It's not your style. Sounds like fun to me. BZ's a combo with one drops guy.
That's my thing. What does Xenagos do?
Xenagos is 3 red green. If your devotion to red and green is 7 or more, he's a creature. He is a 6/5. At the beginning of combat, target creature gets +X/+X, where X is that creature's power. So.
And it gains haste.
Oh, and it gains haste.
Which is half of the thing. I'd almost rather have haste than any buff.
Fair. Mm-hmm. Okay, so.
You can play a fatty and bash with it right away, which is pretty important when you're playing a fatty.
Yeah.
Because they'll just die every time.
A lot of fatties die before the board goes around, especially because when you present a big, huge threat, people tend to want to wipe the board.
Or just kill it.
Yeah, but more often wipe the board. There's more board wipes than spot removal.
Ugh. Gross. All right, first category, giant monsters. And I want to mention we cut almost every giant monster out of this deck and then added in the ones that we liked better. I just don't want cards that don't do anything. So who's the first giant monster?
Our first giant monster is Golta, Primal Hunger. This man is a 12/12 for 10 green. Now that sounds horrible.
You might think, how could you make fun of Blightsteel Colossus when this is 1 more mana and it doesn't even have Infect?
Well, I'll tell you how. Because this guy costs 1 less for each power among creatures you control.
Interesting. So he costs green for 12/12.
Yep.
And attacks for 24.
And attacks for 24 right away.
Also, literally plays Xenagos and this in like the same turn.
It is trample. Super important. This card
because Xenagos does not grant trample, so you want to give trample.
Yep, and he has trample. I believe. And this next man also has trample, doesn't he?
He does, but he's mostly there to just make everyone else sad. Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger?
What was that?
Vorinclex?
Vorinclex?
Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger?
Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger.
He's 8 mana for a 7/6, and your opponent's lands, whenever they tap for mana, they ice down and they don't untap. And yours double.
Yeah. It's weird that they had to use like all the ideas of the Praetors are like mirror effects. Like you get the good side of it and they get the worst side of it. And in order to make like half mana, which is the idea, they had to put the ice ability, which is a super blue ability.
No, it's very green. It's the second green card it's on. There's that other one, Snake Legend, that we did in every commander ranked. Check it out.
So there's 2 green cards that ice things down.
Apparently. He is not very fun, but he is very good.
He is very, very good.
Card is nasty, especially when you're ramping out into it. I mean, it's got the same thing of like, okay, someone can just float land mana and kill it.
Yeah, but if they don't,
it's still a pretty good card.
No, if they don't, which happens a lot,
it's like 50-50.
Who wants to be the one to kill it? Now, whatever mana you spend to kill it, is iced down.
Or if the board needs to be wiped.
Well, if one clicks on the board, it needs to be wiped.
Probably. That's probably a good sign. Now we have Malignus, and I don't actually know. This is the one I'm not sure about, but it seems fine, especially since we have so many ways to give trample. It's a 5 mana star equal to half the life total of whoever's at the highest life total, your opponent's. So, I mean, obviously, if he's a 20/20 and your opponents are at 40 or less, doubling it just one-shot somebody. So if you can give it trample, it'll literally just kill somebody.
Yeah. Seems fine. I mean, why not? They'll kill any player at the table if you can get if it's unblocked.
Literally anyone.
So next we have Inferno Titan. This card's just good.
Inferno Titan is... I love it because it doesn't have fatty mana, but it's huge and it just will wipe people's boards. Especially if you give it haste. It's what? It's 6 damage of triggers and 12 damage of attackers?
Yeah,
and it has fire breathing?
If you know what Inferno Titan does.
Oh, the fire breathing combo so well with Xenagos. It lets you double fire breathe.
It does, yeah.
You pay like red, now it's 16 damage.
Ooh, gross.
Plus
I didn't even think
deals.
about that. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so I like that card a lot. I definitely added that one. Now we have to grant evasion. And by evasion, I mean basically just trample.
No, you literally mean granting trample.
That's all we need. Our guys are so big, the best way is to just buff their power a couple more points and then give them trample.
Yeah, we're not even worried about the power. We're worried about the trample. The trample's what's important here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even on like a 6/6, they'll just chump it all day.
Yeah, I'll block.
Block with Sakura Tri-Boulder and Zack it. No, trample. Rancor is the first one. This card is so underrated. Rancor.
Yeah, Rancor's just a good card.
+2/+0 trample for a green aura. But when Rancor is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, it just goes back to your hand. Every time. Like, they have to kill it with Rancor on the stack, and then at that point, whatever.
I mean, that'll happen sometimes, but
it's not a big deal.
It doesn't happen that often. There's not instance. There is, like, you just have to remember, in EDH, there's not that much instant speed spot removal, so, like, Rancor is most likely always going to end up back in your hands.
Rancor basically just says your creatures have trample. As far as I'm concerned, when you're attacking with one at a time, then your creatures have trample.
Which is what this deck is doing, is protecting one big
and it buffs
fat
power
fatty.
by 2. So if you have Inferno Titan, let's just keep using Inferno Titan, or Galta, or I guess Galta doesn't have trample, but Malignus even. It's like a 20/20 without trample. Now it's a 22/22 with trample. 22/20. And you buff it to a 44/42. That's going to just completely
Classic
wipe somebody off the face of the
44/42.
planet. They're dead.
Everyone's dead. You killed everybody.
Yeah.
We
So
decided
basically,
to
a creature gets +4/+0 against trample.
I would do that.
I'd play that card. This card, it might be even better. What is the next card?
Berserk. Berserk is 1 green. You can only cast it before combat damage.
Otherwise, it's green terminate.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's green terminate, which it's already sort of.
What does it do?
Target creature gets +X/+0, where X is its power.
And gains trample. It's like a huge... It'll destroy a creature, but it'll also destroy a player. I don't know how this doesn't kill somebody if you get to attack.
I've killed so many players with... Like, I play a Golta deck, so Golta is the commander I'll take it for 12. Yeah, I'll just take 12. 24 commander.
And in this situation, it'd be attack you for 24 with Galta after it gets 1 trigger, and then it's 48.
Yeah, so...
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's equivalent to 21 commander damage.
Unless they're playing a dedicated life gain deck.
Then they take 48.
That's pretty good, too.
I'd sacrifice a creature to destroy a player. It's like Bone Splinters, but it hits players.
That's fair. That's a good comparison. I like that.
Great comparison. The next one is Brawn. It's 3 and a green for like a 2/2 with trample or whatever, but it doesn't matter. You want it in your graveyard. When it goes to your graveyard and dies and discard it, whatever, all your creatures have trample. You have to control a forest too, but that's not that difficult.
You're going to control forest in this deck.
I think you're going to control forest in your green-based green-red deck.
I always thought this cycle was weird because, like, anger is an emotion, and then brawn is not an emotion.
Brawn is like a state. It's an attribute.
Brawn's good. Trample's important in this deck.
So we want all the ways to give trample. And we have 2 more, and they're lands.
Lands?
I say.
But that means we don't have to take up one of our spell slots.
Well, that's great. We can do what we want to do for free as a land drop.
You're going to have to read this first one. It's Scourge, the Rage Pits.
This is a little baby Keswick Wolf run that you can only do for 1. It's green-red tap. Target creature gets +1/+1 against trample.
Yep, and Keswick Wolf Run, which is the next one, is it tests for generic mana, and you can pay X red-green, and target creature gets +X/+0, where obviously X is what you paid. So.
And against trample.
And against trample.
You do not like saying that you just never say trample in the trample category.
Yeah, because we're in the trample category.
Category.
They see it at the bottom of the screen. They know we're in trample.
Fine. Trample Town.
They know we're in trample.
That's this deck's name. This deck's name is officially Trample Town.
It sounds like...
That's trademarked, so don't use it. Only we can use it.
Yeah. Even you, Houdini, you're not allowed to use that. If you
get the deck, you don't get the names, naming rights.
Yeah.
You've got to try to make a business.
We've already copyrighted that.
Absolutely. What is the next category that Houdini himself wanted to keep sacred and not touch?
Houdini wanted to keep extra combats.
I can see the appeal with Xenagos.
So what do we got? We got Aggravated Assault.
That's 2 in a red for an enchantment, and you can pay 3 red to get another combat. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's the best one.
Heck yeah.
The next best one, it's probably Seize the Day. It's 3 in a red, you untap 1 creature, and you get an extra combat, and then it's flashback for 2 in a red. I mean, so if you KO somebody with, let's say you pump your Gulta to 48, and you kill somebody, then you get another combat with Seize the Day, then you 96 somebody, then you get another combat if you flash it back, and you kill all 3 players at once.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that seems good.
Is it good to kill all 3 players in one turn?
Yeah, 7 mana for 2 extra combats.
It's almost like something that we suggest every deck can do.
Oh, well, this deck can definitely do it with these things. Who else we got?
We got Scourge of the Throne, which is when he has Dethrone. When he attacks, he's got flying.
5/5 flyer. Joe doesn't know any of these cards.
Yes, I do. I know exactly what this card is. 5/5 flyer. When he attacks, if he attacks the player with the highest life total, you get an extra combat.
First, it gets a counter.
Oh well, yeah, because that's Dethrone. I said it has Dethrone. I said it had Dethrone. That's what Dethrone does. But you can. And that's once a turn. It can happen, because otherwise you would just
get infinite combats.
Yeah, you would get infinite. You would always attack the player with the highest life.
Assuming you had a way to pay life.
Yeah.
You'd go to 1 and then win.
Yeah, so you can do that once a turn, which is reasonable. This card's just good, actually.
I love this guy. This deck can't do it, but if you can like bounce it, flicker it, then you would get infinite combats.
Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
I mean, there's not really a good way to like bounce creatures in green-red. I thought about it, but there's like, what are you gonna do? And this is the only payoff for it.
Yeah, you don't want to. You're not gonna force bad cards into a deck to pay off one other card.
Oh, well, the only payoff besides Godo Bandit Warlord. He's a 3/3 for 6. When he enters, you search for an equipment and you put it into play, but we don't really care about that, even though we have equipments in the deck. But when he attacks, you untap all samurai you control and him, and then there's another combat.
All samurai.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
There's just another combat. Because you search for Blackblade Reforged and you just equip it to him.
Okay, fair. Okay, that's completely fair. I wasn't thinking about. I completely forgot Blackblade Reforged was in this deck. That card is really strong.
It wasn't. I think I added it.
That card is just super strong. And it's gonna be super. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. That's a billion attack.
That's a bajillion.
I
mean,
exactly 1 bajillion.
If you just, even if without it, he attacks for 6 and then 12. That's 18.
All right, so last one is Savage Beating. What a great name for a card.
This belongs in the category of cards to name with Pithing Needle when you're winning with Lantern Control.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be on the. When you've won the game already, your opponent has a 0% chance of winning, and you want to troll them. That's one of the cards you name.
You name Savage Beating.
Yeah,
and they get really mad at you.
Yeah, or there's so many good ones. I forget the other ones.
Yeah, so this is either your guys gain double strike, or you get an extra combat, and you can entwine it.
Ooh.
It's literally like such an apt name for a card. It is a Savage Beating if you get dunked on by this.
Ugh, can you imagine Golta with double strike? Double power?
Xenagos already does that. I don't have to imagine anything.
Yeah. But
it almost doesn't even matter. It's just 5 mana for an extra combat because Golta attacks for 96 again.
Yeah.
Even Inferno Titan, like untapping and getting all these extra combats, it's so much damage with even just the 3.
The triggers?
Take out all the blockers.
Yeah, it's just all the small, tiny duders.
So, let's see. If you give Inferno Titan double strike and an extra combat, it's a 6/6, trigger, 12/12. You deal 6 to them off the ETB and attack. So now it is a 12/12 that hits them for 24 because it has double strike.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get an extra combat and it untaps. Now it's a 24/24 double strike and it can attack and deal 3 more damage.
Wow. So that's pretty good.
That kills 2 people, right?
It kills at least 1.
It attacks for 48 on the second go. And you got, what, 3, 6, 9, 21 damage to deal before that? This deck just is like the math deck.
The math deck. Yeah, it's a lot of.
All you math nerds out there, build yourself one of these decks because you don't have to think much.
There's
except when you go off, you're just like doing the meme of like, she's got the whiteboard and she's like, all the equations are around her.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's a great meme.
I
don't know if we.
It's not even that much math. It's mostly just doubling.
It's doubling and then.
Doubling's really easy.
Yeah, but you got to figure out how to kill people. Like, okay, I attack you for 24, and then can I attack you for 48, and then you'll die to 96. Like, you got to at least manage a little bit.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
That's fair.
That's a little more. That's a little different.
This is the only deck that we've ever tuned up where I thought maybe we don't need a winning the game category.
What?
Because it was so obvious that we've talked about winning the game the entire time with dealing 96 damage. But these are some extra cards that aren't necessarily big fatties or trample enablers or extra combats that will still win the game.
Even though one. So let's start with Savage Ventmaw and extra combats.
Yeah. Savage Ventmaw adds 6 mana, and then your extra combat will untap it. So even just Savage Ventmaw will kill somebody with, let's say, Aggravated Assault.
Yeah.
Where you literally just pay 5 to get extra combat. It's a 4, hit somebody for 8, untap it with mana. You floated a mana. You can now have infinite mana if you go to infinite combat steps. If you somehow need that, then you tech for 16, 32, 40, 1,000,
Yeah,
whatever.
so they had Platinum Angel.
They had Platinum Angel. Well, you can make infinite mana.
Yeah.
And then win the game with any of these other ones, I guess.
Yeah.
So what do you do if you have a really, 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 really big creature, but it can't attack?
Oh, and Snaring Bridge? Not again. Getting so sick of it.
Snaring Bridge, and they have 35 cards in their hand, but you have a 48.
Yeah, well, so it can't attack. Oh,
Right,
that's
so what do
the
you do?
worst. So what do? We play Chandra's Ignition, and we throw it at
Just
everybody.
blow everybody up.
We just, we throw, we take, the idea is so weird. It's like you set your Golta on fire.
No, it's Spark Ignites.
So what is it?
That's what Ignition is. Her Spark's igniting.
Oh, yeah, but, okay, so her Spark's igniting, but like.
No, it's whatever creature. You can ignite any Spark.
So you're igniting.
Chandra's Spark in Ghalta.
So you're igniting Golta's Spark.
No, Chandra's Spark inside of Ghalta.
Oh, so she's inside Golta, and Golta explodes.
No, her
and...
Spark is inside Ghalta. Well, don't you understand? This is very straightforward.
No, I like the idea that Chandra Spark was ignited after Golta
Chandra
ate her.
Fire of Kaladesh goes into Ghalta, and then her Spark ignites.
And it explodes and kills everything.
Yeah, but if you deal 48 damage to everybody, I don't think that you're losing.
Next, we have Pathbreaker Ibex.
It's a 3/3 for 6, and when it attacks, creatures you control get +X/+X, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control.
Yeah, so this is huge pumps. So this creature gets haste from Xenagos, and then he just pumps everything. 1,000,000.
Yeah, I mean, if you have one of these, even just like Inferno Titan.
Inferno Titan.
And if you
Yeah, I like how we always go back to Inferno Titan.
well, one of the 4 fatties, like Vorinclex, like if you untap with this, and you don't have to give it haste, you can pump something else. And then when it attacks something, you guys will get like +12. It's like 7 1-mana mana dorks in here too. So they'll get pumped.
Oh, yeah.
And you just completely destroy somebody.
This
And
deck, just,
this works really well with extra combats.
this deck really likes completely destroying people.
Complete and utter annihilation.
I mean, I guess that's what Xenagos does best, other than dying to Elspeth.
Parties. He's literally just the god of parties. Or you mean the card?
The card.
Ah, the card, yeah. He annihilates people. And I got one last card in here because it's really good.
Tooth and Nail. It's Tooth and Nail.
You can find any 2 creatures, and I mean, it's not like you don't win, but even if you Tooth and Nail, you can get like your extra combat dragon, the Scourge of the Throne, and like any 1 creature. Give the Scourge of the Throne haste, get the extra combat, then the next combat give your other creature haste and attack with both of them.
That's pretty good.
I like that a lot. Also, this deck has sneak attack in it, so you can just. I
That's
should have put that in here because you could just get somebody out of nowhere. Turn 4 sneak attack, turn 5 Xenagos, and exile Simian Spirit Guide, and then use your extra red that you have on turn 5 to just put in some nonsense and kill somebody.
Do you have like is there an Ulamog or anything in here? If you had sneak attack.
No, I didn't bother.
That's fair. I mean, I wasn't sure if we.
There's also survival of the fittest in this deck. Well, we had a budget.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
Wow, how much? That's like.
I didn't add it. It was there.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, it was in the deck.
This deck had Sylvan Library, Survival of the Fittest. I only added 16 cards.
$222 budget, and you had Survival of the Fittest. I'm like, what is that?
How much is that card right now?
I don't. It's at least $50.
Yeah, that's on the low end.
Yeah, that's like as low as it is.
It is $88.
It's $88. So you just spent like, I don't know, close to like a third of the budget.
Yeah, half the budget, a third of the budget. So speaking of the budget, we spent $64 US, or barely any euros. The average CFC beforehand was 3.75, which is a little clunky, so we brought it down to 3.41.
Which it's not bad because this deck is a big fatty deck.
This deck was so solid.
It wants that. I mean, yeah. I mean, the fact is, if we only make 16 changes to a deck, you gave us something good to start
That's
with.
like half of the changes we usually make, literally.
Yeah, we usually our average is probably like 32 or something.
And the only question I had to myself was like, do I want to put Ulamog or Kozilek in this deck? And you could. I guess it's personal preference.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on like if you want to go more in on like the sneak attack type thing, it's like you can have a couple more. Maybe you can have a way or two to. There's not really any way to tutor it out, is there?
What do you mean? Sneak attack?
Yeah, and then red and green. I know there's no way in green.
There's not really a way to do that.
I literally looked like through as many cards as I could for a
There's not even bad ones.
There's not even bad green tutors to get because I wanted to do it with.
That's why I figured, like, if you get it, that's cool.
Yeah,
You don't have to, like,
so you don't want to go in on it.
Only do that.
Yeah, I love that there's just not even a bad green tutor that can
For enchantments.
like there's not even like a 10 mana get an enchantment.
Someone's gonna like find one that you never saw and just comment and be like, "You're an idiot," which
No.
would be weird. So we cut Drakuseth, Giant Adaphage, which I see what you're doing there, Atarka and Rurik-Thar. There's a lot of non-creatures in this deck, and I don't like any of these threats really as reliable game winners. The ones we had, I think, were really cool.
I think the ones that we have are better.
Smashier. Oh, and Wilderness Elemental, which is like super cheap way to smash somebody. It's a star 3 with trample, and its star is equal to the number of non-basic lands your opponents control.
Well, that's pretty big.
Yeah, it's 3 mana and it's trample.
Unless you're playing in that weird meta where everyone just plays basic lands.
Yeah, unless you're playing in some weird budget.
Which I assume he's not playing in a budget meta with his deck with Survival of the
Sneak
Fittest.
Attack and
Survival of the Fittest?
yeah. Yeah, that thing gets huge. I like it a lot.
It's a cool card. Yeah.
It's a card you can play before Xenagos, and then it'll trigger.
Ooh, strong.
Yeah.
Strunk.
Strunk.
With a K, obviously.
All right, so this deck is Strunk with a K. We need to know what you think of it. If you want to, tell us. If you have a deck to tune up, I mean, we're kind of backlogged right now. We got like 3 more to do.
Well, let's see. 1, 2.
3, right?
We have 4.
I thought we had 3 for sure,
I,
and then a maybe 1.
we told them we'd do it once. We didn't say it would be soon.
Because when you get a Gourmet Bagel patron, our $20 tier, we do one for you.
Oh,
No
no
questions asked.
We only do have 3.
That's what I said.
Special shout outs to our 20 patrons.
There's 20 of you.
There's 20 of you. You're all so awesome. We love you.
People giving us $20 a month. The least we can do is send them a card worth $20 and do a free deck tech of whatever they want.
And signed by us.
Yes, and signed. That's the least we can do. And they're in our Discord. The least we can do for you guys, because you're awesome.
So me and BZ don't trollingly. I don't think we've ever troll signed the card before. So I think the only cards that we've
I've
ever
actually troll signed a bunch of cards.
really.
There's some in the battle box.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's a Yargle signed by you in the battle box.
I signed my own Yargle.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So other than a couple of troll ones, those are there's like 10 cards in the world signed by us, and they're pretty much just all our patrons.
Well, let me tell you, there's no cards signed by us that are not owned by patrons.
Are you counting us as patrons?
No.
We own Yargle.
We don't count. Like, if we own the card, it's not in circulation. It's not worth anything.
Yeah, that's
we
fair.
choose to let it out. In the market, there's like 4 cards right now. 5 or 6 maybe. Signed by us.
So those are super valuable.
They're like super valuable. Are you kidding me?
We're
Two
the
signatures?
We're the nitpicking nerds.
Recognize us, but we gotta go. Because all good things must come to an end.
We do gotta go. We love all our patrons.
We're just kind of rambling. But we love you. The amount that doesn't make you uncomfortable, but maximally.
Maximum amount of love, just before you get uncomfortable.
Right. Here's you being uncomfortable. Here's our love for you. It's fine.
They're really close to each other.
We're leaving.
We are leaving. Peace out, Tribe Scout. So say you're not gonna do the fingers?